Feeling anxious about the start of a brand new work week? Don't worry, I've got you. Welcome to Verse Vibes, God's Word for your weekly walk, where we tackle those Monday blues with faith, motivation, and practical wisdom. Each week, I'll share a powerful Bible verse to strengthen your spirit and set the tone for a confident, peaceful, and purpose-driven work week. Let's shift your mindset, lean into God's Word, and start strong together. One of the main reasons why I decided to start this segment is because Sunday nights have oftentimes been a source of somewhat of anxiety for a lot of folks. They start thinking about their to-do list. They start thinking about, I've got to go back to work in that toxic environment, or, there's different relationship dynamics, things of that nature. All on a Sunday night is when we have a tendency to think of these things. And as a Christian, I wanted to make sure that we don't have to feel that way just because it's Sunday night. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to start this segment, so you can start your work week with purpose and calm and ease. I'm excited to bring to you the verse of the week, and that's Ezekiel 37:14. I will put my spirit in you, and you will live, and I will settle you in your own land. Then you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken, and I have done it, declares the Lord. I want to provide a little context to this verse. So in a vision, God brings Ezekiel to a valley filled with dry bones. And so these bones represent the people of Israel. God commands Ezekiel to prophesy to the bones, which brings them back to life. Then God instructs Ezekiel to bring them back to the land of Israel. So this verse is one of my favorites because it brings so much hope into my soul. Okay, this is one of my favorite verses because there have been so many times in my life where I literally felt that I was angrily wandering through a valley of dry bones of my health, dry bones of my finances, dry bones of my relationships. This was especially true for me back in 2018, and I pretty much lost everything. I lost my job. I exhausted my unemployment. I exhausted my savings. I lost my apartment. I was just losing stuff left and right. And I was just so angry. And I just remember that I almost bought into the lie that that was a valley that I was just going to have to be stuck in. I was literally living in my own little valley of dry bones. And I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I just have to get used to living in this valley. I'm pretty ambitious, so even though I thought to myself, I just have to get used to living in this valley, I knew deep down that that was not going to be the case for me. And so God worked with me. He worked with me through that anger and the frustration, and He showed me that speaking His word over my situation was the only way to escape from the valley. God's word will always, always, always restore life to our circumstances because His word can't return to Him empty. And so He is the only solution to our problems. Once we start seeing those situations that we once deemed impossible start to turn around, rest assured it's only a matter of time before God shows us the path we need to take that will guide us to our destiny. And so you may be feeling like this today. You may be feeling like there is so much chaos and destruction taking place in this world. It's hopeless, right? But again, I want you to think back to this verse. Ezekiel was literally standing in a valley filled with dry bones, and by speaking God's word over these bones, brought the bones back to life. I have seen in so many instances situations that are very, very difficult situations that I've seen, friends and family go through, situations that I've gone through myself, turn around in less than 24 hours just by fervently praying and just speaking God's word, which is life, over a situation that seemed dead, right? So I'm saying all this to say to you, you may feel like your situation is hopeless. You may feel angry. You may feel lost, confused. All I want you to do is think about Ezekiel 37:14, the valley of dry bones. It doesn't get any more dead than being in a valley filled with dry bones, okay? Those dry bones, think of that as a symbolism for whatever you are going through. I want you to speak life over it, regardless of how angry, tired, or frustrated you may feel. I want you to pray to God to help you through that situation and to speak life over that situation. So many of us get caught up in our circumstances thinking that they are impossible to get out of because we're so busy focusing on the circumstance. God is bigger than your circumstance. In fact, He is the one who knows the way to get out of those circumstances. So it's up to you to figure out, hey, am I going to let Him lead me out the valley, or am I going to stay here? I truly hope that this message resonated with you. I'm always on the lookout for verses that motivate and inspire folks to live their best life. So please be sure to leave those in the comments. And remember, if you're everything to everyone, you risk being no one. You never know who you will inspire. See you in the next video.